Hey entrepreneurs, it's AJ and welcome back to Business as Unusual, practical motivation during uncertain times. Today's topic is, does hard work pay off? And the answer is, yes, it does, but only if you work hard on the right things. Let me explain. So the other night, it was Saturday night and it was quite late, 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I was scrolling through Instablar and I saw this notification came up on a live Instagram thingy, whatever that is. Anyway, I clicked on it because one of the guys that I follow was on there. And 3 hours later, I finally logged off and my mind was blown. And you're probably wondering, what the hell did I watch for 3 hours on Instagram, no less? And I'll tell you, well, it was a masterclass delivered by two amazing musicians and performers from Sri Lanka. And the first performer I'd never heard of. Sorry, Umara. I'm so sorry. And the second one was this guy named Viresh, and Viresh Cooray. He belongs to a band that my nephew used to play in, and so I'm not overly familiar with their work, but I do know of them, and they're a phenomenal band. Like, wow. So Viresh has this reputation, and as part of the band, and saw him on Instagram, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to follow him. And occasionally he delivers these amazing guitar videos, and because I'm a musician myself, I'm just in awe of this guy's his performance is amazing. And then because I'm a speaker, I look at other people, how they perform, and learn and get inspired by what they're doing on stage as well. And man, Viresh and the band are just wow, just phenomenal, right? And I'll link a video clip down below in the comments so you can see one of their performances. Now, just a disclaimer, they sing in Sinhala, which is local language of Sri Lanka, one of the local languages in Sri Lanka. So you might not understand it, but the production of this clip, just wow. And so you'll get a good idea for how they perform and what they're like. So anyway, so what does all this have to do with hard work? Well, Viresh and Humara, they've established themselves, they've made it, they're amazing performers, and I think it's very easy when you see someone who's established, the star in the bright shiny lights, that you lose sight of the fact of just how much hard work they've put in behind the scenes, all the ugly stuff that no one cares about, to stay focused and determined and constantly practicing on all the ugly stuff to get to that level. People forget it. People don't realize it. People just think like, they're lucky, or so-and-so made friends with someone, or they come from money, they bought their way in. But no, it's really about working hard on the right things. And I say on the right things because it's not a question of being busy. As my friend says, friend Sam, he says, how busy are you? Are you making money, or, you're busy eating soup with a fork? It's things like that, right? So you got to work hard on the right things. And what Viresh was saying was, he's made it, and the band's amazing, and he revealed a little bit about his journey. And it was so beautiful just listening to these two amazing musicians, just how hard they worked on their craft before anyone even heard of them. And the self-belief in themselves to be able to do that. So Viresh was sharing the story how, he was a student at, I think it was college or university or maybe even high school. I'm not too sure, but anyway, he was working hard, studying during the day and exams and tests and all that, and then he'd come home at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, quickly get changed and head out to rehearsals, and he had to catch the bus to get to rehearsals. And for those of you who've never been on a Colombo bus, you wouldn't, it's an interesting experience, let's just say that, right? So he'd catch the bus to the rehearsal studios, and they'd work there from about 7 p.m. till about 1, 2 in the morning. And then he'd leave there, go to sleep, and rinse and repeat pretty much every day. And so all that stacks up. And sometimes during rehearsals, they'd just be working on the one thing. They'd be working on a particular phrasing of a song or a movement in musicianship, and just, just really focusing and becoming as best as they could. So when finally the opportunity arose, they were ready to knock it on the head. And it's very similar to how the Beatles started. Like, they didn't just show up, there was a lot of hard work, ugliness behind the scenes, working on their craft, for musicians, completely different styles and whatnot, just really sort of coming together. And then, the image of the Beatles, in the suits and the haircuts and all that, So there's a lot of hard, ugly work behind the scenes. And Viresh was sharing all this, and I just, wow, and then, because Daddy's been around for maybe, their earliest clips are 10 years old. So before then, they would have had some sort of reputation as well. So, they've been working on this a very long time and constantly improving. And when they burst out onto the pop scene in Sri Lanka, their music was so different to what was already out there. It was a combination of all these different styles. And so it's incredible creativity and innovation, if you will, right? But it was just something new, something different, and people loved it. People loved it, and that's why they got to that stage. But as you know now, it required so much hard work and dedication. The other thing that Viresh said was about sacrifices, because when you develop that level of focus, you can't be doing everything out there. And what Viresh was saying was that he actively made the decision to focus on his music and his performanceship, and instead of going out to parties and catching up with friends and all that. And he would get messages from friends saying, "What, you think you're better than us now? Why don't you come hang out with us?" And so it does take sacrifice, and if it's what you really want, you have to develop the passion and the focus and the discipline to work on work on those ugly things that all stack up to make you an amazing speaker, performer, business person, whatever you're trying to achieve. And I collectively call this under the banner of chasing greatness. When you're chasing greatness, it's a completely different game. It's often quite humbling, because you're not going to get recognized for a very long time, and you just have to be at peace with that. And in my own speaker journey, it's been hard. I tell you, it's been hard when you're better than other people, and other people are getting greater success. But in this current climate that we're in, everyone's equalized. Everyone's equalized. And as Warren Buffett said, when the tide goes out, you see who's been swimming naked. So you just have to work hard on the right things. One more lesson that Viresh shared was something I thought was so beautiful, and I'd like to share that with you. He said when he was a kid, 8 or 9 years old, he would go to sleep dreaming about the day when he would be on stage in a big arena, filled with hundreds and thousands of people, and he would sing the song and the audience would sing his lyrics back to him. And wow, that's the thing that he dreamed of, and he does it on stage today. And it is the most magical thing when your dreams finally come true. And that, my friends, is the power of working hard on the right things. All right, entrepreneurs, that's me done. Whatever happens in business and in life, I wish you nothing but success. My name is AJ Kulatunga. Go ahead and work hard on the right things, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Seen in